Hey guys, Beastforce here, and welcome back to my Phineas and Ferb breakdown. As today we're going to be breaking down the last episode of the production order of Phineas and Ferb Season 3 called This Is Your Backstory, and it will focus a lot around Doofenshmirtz's life. After breaking down this episode of This Is Your Backstory, we're going to focus on the charts of Season 3 and compare it to Season 1 and Season 2 of The Promise. And then the next breakdown will focus on the Phineas and Ferb Second Dimension movie, which will be on its own. I'm not going to count that in the charts because it's a movie, so that will be what it is. This episode is focused around Doofenshmirtz's life of the past and present, of him, his parents failed to show up for his birth, for how forced to wear clothing for an entire year, raised by ocelots, losing Balloony, his best friend, and all of that comes into fruition. Also, what we explain why he going to Danville and other lives of his love life and the natals everywhere. This episode of This Is Your Backstory can sympathize with Doofenshmirtz with the audience, knowing that he has been through bad stuff in his life, overcast by Roger Doofenshmirtz, by his parents, not taking a high dive, a lot of things happening. But there are some good things happening in his life, like Vanessa, Perry the Platypus, and Norm, and Balloony. Doofenshmirtz is not truly evil, he's just evil. But Vanessa, in the end, in the last days of summer, said that he's trying to prove that he is a bad guy, but he is a good guy. We'll get to that soon enough. But this shows you the evidence that Doofenshmirtz is a good person, not a terribly truly evil, like he's tried to kill people, take over the world. He just only wants to take over the tri-state area because of his brother Roger Doofenshmirtz overshadowing everything that he's done since he was born. And we're going to discuss about it and talk about Doofenshmirtz's life through the past and the present, which led to here and now. If this is your first breakdown and you're curious to know how the rating system works, there's a detailed description down below, along with my other description down below in my playlist. To end the Season 3 of the production order, Michael Dietrich and Seth Kersley wrote an episode called This Is Your Backstory, premiered on November the 2nd, 2012 on Disney Channel US. Agent P quickly figures out there is more to Norm's odd reality show that celebrates the eventual life of his creator, Dr. Doofenshmirtz, which is recreated through flashback and special guests.
Ferb, but you can't psych me out with your dead-on.
Phineas and Ferb are playing table tennis to use the kinetic energy to make a quantum vortex, which they're gonna do, but it's not really focused fully on them in this episode.
It's ping pong to the layman.
And they keep up a long time. Imagine they're table tennis players. They would just ace it.
Any minute now.
And it's true, they do actually do something weird stuff, which storing the kinetic energy to make a quantum vortex, but she would know until the end.
So where's Perry?
You're born icy.
Another episode where Major Monogon's briefing Perry the Platypus about Doofenshmirtz instead of the layer.
Sorry for a person with no friends.
He ordered 1,000 chairs, which we're going to see when we get there, but having no friends. Do you know he's friends with a lot of people, including Love Muffin?
Or really be. Oh, hey, this is coming out kind of weird.
Doofenshmirtz even incorporates roof his own, so that means Perry the Platypus is going to fall for it. As the roof closes, you get to see Perry the Platypus is going to be covered in shadow, with full of it, and I really love this detail as it closes just like that, as it's covered in shadow with the black ground. So cool.
The show's about to start!
You really pay Charlene's alimony just to have a lot of chairs while no one's there, which is kind of strange. As Perry and Doofenshmirtz cover in the shadow, you get to see while the light pointing to it, they're back in their original colours, which is a very good detail.
Let's give him a big round of applause.
Just what makes him tick.
Looks like Norm is wearing this different outfit with the tuxedo. Looks like he painted himself there.
Deeply suppressed memories will appear right on this screen.
And this is where we get a full dive to Doofenshmirtz's life between there and now, which included previous episodes from Season 1 and Season 2 and Season 3.
Gimmelstup Drusselstein.
I was pretty young at the time.
How cute. But
Many of Doofenshmirtz's flashback is going to be reused clips from Season 1, but we do get new stuff after the commercial break. But this is actually the first story we get was it his parents failed to show up for his birth, and that was in Raging Bully.
To start them breathe.
Mr. Mortimer Schnussel.
the doctor who carried baby Doofenshmirtz when his parents fails to show up, but he does appear again in season 4.
So good to hate out!
That would have been cool for sexual harassment for hitting him in the butt, but we could still see his pants there.
Heinz, my little Habengusher.
Try to do my research on what is Habengusher means, but it's actually not a real word, which is made up.
Habengusher.
Yes, you're
Even all those years, Doofenshmirtz's mother still being an arsehole to his son. They're easily one of the worst people in Phineas and Ferb, by far.
Stress of running a family, Wade.
Oh yes, the long-known beach party of terror in season 1.
There, our beloved lawn gnome was repossessed. Our beloved lawn gnome was repossessed.
Then I found out that they are reusing clips in this episode, but Dan Power actually re-recorded with his present-day voice of Doofenshmirtz. In the first season, Doofenshmirtz's voice sounds heavy, but not in the past 2 or 3 seasons, which I found it interesting.
There, our beloved lawn gnome was repossessed. Our beloved lawn gnome was repossessed. And wood trolls.
Fascinating life.
emotional pain each backstory causes on this colorful gnomometer.
Which we're going to see once we get to the next scene, which what's Doofenshmirtz's pain of his backstory becomes, the more the thermometer goes up, which makes him become more evil. But we're going to see that in the end.
Vanna on his climb.
As you can see of the thermometer there's Doofenshmirtz's old house and the gnome, which is iconic.
You don't break the rhythm, sir.
Adulthood was painful.
That is true. Once you become adulthood, you just miss being a kid. But once you become a kid earlier, you just want to grow up. But life is hard.
Jumping from the high dive was an important rite of...
Doofenshmirtz jumping through the hive, that's in the episode called Spit Personality in season 2. I really like how we go back to see what Doofenshmirtz's pain had, as we're going to see it, and we're going to get more.
Over it.
And there's Hyde's Doofenshmirtz's dad, Mr. Doofenshmirtz, and the only problem is that he still looks like the present day version, but the next time we see him was in Father's Day, and he has grey hair and a grey beard, which makes no sense, but overall, it's just like, wow. It changed.
What exactly am I here for?
Brother Roger Doofenshmirtz.
Goody two-shoe brother Roger. I mean, what is he doing there? Is he supposed to be City Hall with Melanie?
Everybody loves him.
This is my show, not his.
Well, you have no audience, so what you gonna do?
There. It was like 5 seconds.
As you can see, Doofenshmirtz has a horse with a toy with it. It's not the choo-choo train from the second dimension.
Fortunately, the baby turned out to be a boy.
And that was in Gaming of the System in season 2.
To the Claw Machine District in hopes of winning her again.
And that was in the episode called Make Play. None of them are in order except for a few things there, but at least we're getting the knowledge that what we see.
Who immediately turned around and gave it to my brother, Roger.
Way to a mother's heart.
It's inexplicably linked to kick.
And then that episode is called Thunderous and Fur. See, none of these are in order. It's just like mixed or pick and choose. To be honest, I don't mind either way. It's just that what makes sense makes sense from the story.
So input to the tap.
Well, he did learn how to kick the ball in season 2 in that same episode, but we did see it fully again in season 5 of the revival with Vanessa looking at him.
You had Love Handle play your flashback?
The city's a government. Don't let your ego hit you on the way out.
Well, to put it that way, Doof, he has an ego. Much as than you think.
I was forced to throw my own surprise party. Confiscated the keg.
Or like you just got the kid and you got swarmed by bats in that episode.
Black Boots Boris the bully. Balancing my checkbook. Sam.
And Boris is mentioned again, and that was in the episode called The Flying Fish Manga. But I'm surprised he didn't mention Huge Hands Hans from Out of Launch when he does that shadow puppet, and he lost out to a girl because he does garbage fingers.
The car dealership now.
Well, at least it...
Even if Boris is tormenting Doofenshmirtz, some things just never change. Never change.
Balloony! On me, I was being raised by Ocelot.
Man, Doofenshmirtz's parents are such douchebags. The way they treated him is so bad. The favoritism, only son with the dog, and all the other things that the bad things done to humiliate him. Even the Ocelots treat him better with Heinz Doofenshmirtz than his actual parents, which is kind of strange, but yeah. And that's why he becomes an agent in Alcatraz because of an ocelot.
At the carnival, I drew a face on him and I named him Balloony.
Balloony's an iconic meme. Go ask Dan Provorite posting a lot of things about it in TikTok. He is actually a living meme, but a good one at that. But we did find him in season 3 in Meatless in Seattle after the balloon was popped by Mitch's robot minions.
Was this whole thing with an alien ship?
I like he's calling back to Meatless in Seattle in season 3 when he drank the plutonium which led him to find Balloony.
Missed you so much, Balloony!
Real Balloony popped 3 weeks ago.
And uncomfortable.
Well, the Balloony popped again in Hamster and Gretel when Doofenshmirtz appeared as a cameo, but it actually returned in season 5 in Meatless in St. Louis.
Story really had some juice.
It was my very first innate.
And that was in the episode called Unfair Science Fair in season 1.
The horses are running. Please bring me some food.
And that's a poem written by Aliki Theophilopoulos' dad. I recommend you check my season 1 breakdown of the Unfair Science Fair if you can find it.
Lack subtext entire. Hey, where's Barry?
And there's the backstory in there, as Doofenshmirtz gonna use his flashback of his past self becoming as bad as his life, as he's gonna power up with the phenomena so that he become really evil.
Pain and loss. All my pain and suffering. Powerfully evil person that.
And that actually works. His pain and suffering is gonna translate in being more powerful, as he's gonna become fully evil, as no one would be able to stop him. Hey, there's Mama Ursula. How come she didn't appear earlier?
Big and bustable.
Creature of evil.
Which we're going to see at the end, and that won't be the last time he tried to turn into a creature. He will try and turn to the abominable Snowman. The abominable. Well, I'll pronounce it later.
There.
Keys to the car.
The throne was almost close to Doofenshmirtz to becoming the evil monster, but Vanessa came. And Doofenshmirtz has good memories when it comes to people close to him like Vanessa, which will tumble down a bit, but this is actually the bright light of him.
Oh, no, not!
You get to see the backstory in there. You get to see the bubbles go down, and once Vanessa was here.
Pleasant reminiscence.
No matter how bad Doofenshmirtz's life is, he will always love Vanessa no matter what. He broke the cycle of poor parenting from his parents and made them raise her what she is, and that is fantastic from him. And remember when Doofenshmirtz tried to throw his own birthday party and it turned out to be an L? He tried to throw Doofenshmirtz, his daughter Vanessa, a party, and even though Vanessa being repressed by it, he tries everything he can to make Vanessa proud, and he does at times, but fully when we get to the revival.
She thinks I'm cool.
And the good memory is the reason why the thermometer goes right back down. But don't worry, Doofenshmirtz has plenty of it. Hopefully that doesn't go to waste.
Can I have the keys with your little toys?
You have lots of painful history to explore.
And that's what makes it interesting. The failed donators, Perry faulting him many times, and also the more explanation of Doofenshmirtz's backstory.
Did you come to America?
Out to the store to get some doozin'.
The first time Doofenshmirtz goes to America, this isn't a reused clip. This is new, and what I like about this is actually getting more lore why Doofenshmirtz come to America. We already got a lore about how do you get the apartment, how do you become the way he is. That is great. Now we get more lore of Doofenshmirtz, and this is very good.
You know, I've always...
And they hugged each other because they relieved that Heinz Doofenshmirtz, their son, is gone. They are absolute scumbags. They are the worst of the worst. Heinz Doofenshmirtz deserves justice.
Greatest adventure of my life. And a mop.
Gotta clean the bone with the mop to make it clean.
To a golden land of opportunity, a land with a pioneering spirit which welcomed misfits like me.
But I ended up in America instead.
As you can see, this is the Lady of Liberty. So he was in New York. But we all know that Danville isn't in New York. It's in California, which makes it sad. And that line he said, I ended up with America instead. That line is hilarious. Still funny.
School, leading to one of the most embarrassing viral videos of all time.
You did that from everyone's memory.
But you said aglets, and that video hasn't been deleted, so yeah.
That's enough.
Him getting skating and getting flushed into a toilet will always be funny to me. This is easily the most viral part of Phineas and Ferb. and that still get mentioned throughout an episode of Milo Murphy Law where Milo's parent was doing disco dancing, but we'll get there another time. But this is still funny.
Oh, this is really on. Up now.
I like how they make this song into a dubstep, which is funny. And that what makes it even more hilarious.
10 billion hits, only 7 billion people on the planet.
As it was aired in 2012, it's 7 billion views on the planet of Earth. But in 2025, it's 8.142 billion in this Earth.
To date, a future pop star didn't remember you.
There are a few episodes where Linda recognizes Doofenshmirtz's face, but she forgot to remember him.
At the Danville Drive-In.
And that was the episode called What Do It Do in Season 2, which is the longest 11-minute episode of the original run, and in general, before it beaten by Claudia the Chancellor Mom in Season 5, which is the opener.
Roadie back here. I could have gotten in the trunk like...
I didn't catch that song before, but now in the breakdown, it's called That Swings You, Turkey. That song will be reused again as a dubstep for the Halloween of Jussel Stillyween, but we'll get there.
Makes me want to be a pop star.
And that started the speculation of Doofenshmirtz and Linda thinks that Doofenshmirtz's kids are Phineas and Candace, but to be honest, that is not true. I would like an episode with Doofenshmirtz and Phineas, maybe when they're like older, and Doofenshmirtz told Phineas that he used to date his mom back then. That would have been a crazy, crazy story, but that would make sense, but it won't happen at that much during this time, but let's see where the writers go.
Rule the world.
The tri-state area.
And Linda gives Doofenshmirtz the idea to rule the tri-state area, and he does at times when we get to Save Summer and The Last Day of Summer when we get there, but that actually gives Doofenshmirtz the idea to take over the tri-state area.
Bratwurst.
Know when you're really lit.
So Broadwurst.
And that was the episode The Backyard Aquarium where Hot Dog versus Bratwurst when Perry and Doof like Star Wars, and that was epic. And you get to see Doofenshmirtz's hair tied back.
Forever to get the gnome back up to the top. And...
Your love life.
Oh, boy.
We see many episodes that Doofenshmirtz trying to resort to get a girlfriend, but it turned out to be a huge L. We've seen that through the past couple of seasons now.
Evil.
And Doofenshmirtz's ex-girlfriend doesn't have a name, which is kind of strange, which happens to many characters in Phineas and Ferb, including Buford's ex-nerd, which hang around in Hip Hip Parade, and he doesn't have a name. So is her as well. I'm going to call her Mallory.
Nothing.
And we don't see Mallory again, which is such a shame. Only in the roller coaster, the musical cameo, but that was it.
Have your alimony check.
Charlene.
And there was a certain episode where Major Monogram mentioned about Charlene's alimony, and we mentioned again.
What is this, a game show?
And she still doesn't know that her ex-husband is actually evil. Vanessa tried to show her mother what he does, but it stopped. But she is still clueless.
Nice text, Norm.
Failed in Nathan.
The soundtrack was used for the Failnators in 1812 over 2. That soundtrack was used again in Season 5, Meet Me in St. Louis, when Phineas and Ferb Beeford saw that Phineas and Ferb thought they were going to make a breadball hot tub until later changes. I think it suits, but I would prefer Greg in the Hall of the Mountain King. That would have suited way more, like the comedian effect, like which I will prefer it, but I could do that in after I finish the breakdown to edit it. I also noticed the Innators do explode so easily, like this and that.
Curse you, bad enough. Why does everything explode so easily? Blow up more than the average guy.
And you survive many times because of the Toon Force, and you know how to deal with it well. Man, you just need to stop exploding things.
Arthur over the top. They're more comical than tragic.
What about the pretzels, or when Roger Doofenshmirtz actually ruined his painting, or don't make a mountain out of the molehill? That's more than tragic. Come on, man. Maybe they just want to do Perry the Platypus being part of his trauma, so yeah, it makes sense, but that could have been it.
Curse you, Perry the Platypus. And by curse you...
You really actually racking up the counters of curse you just to make me exhausted, dude. Come on, man.
And me the last tragic backstory. I'm supposed to go over that.
I really love Perry the Platypus especially. He's like, what the fuck have I done? I've turned him into ultimate evil because of me. I really like how the backstory in later powers out as you get to see different colour bubbles starting to power out as Doofenshmirtz is going to become evil. Nice touch. As Doofenshmirtz gets evil, you get to see the colour palette change as his teeth grow spiky like that, as he's going to morph into a monster as we get to see it. I really like how it builds up as he morphs into his body's becoming bigger as he is becoming more evil. It's such a shame we didn't get 4 more, but I like it. It really better than nothing. Redestro! I don't watch My Hero Academia, but he's actually a buff version of Redestro. We asked Dan Prover, he talks about the meme of it.
This is apparently a character called Redestro from My Hero Academia, which is a popular anime. And he looks a lot like sort of a buff Doofenshmirtz. I don't know if that was purposeful or just purely coincidental, but somebody recently did this, and everybody I know has sent it to me.
And there's that swirling soundtrack again. It's been used since That's the Spirit when Doofenshmirtz turned into a werecow. And Perry the Platypus is very intelligent. He shows the good side of Doofenshmirtz. Even though they're nemesis to each other, they do really care. And Ask Dee he just did his latest video of Phineas and Ferb, which he uploaded today. I recommend you go watch his. And there are the good memories with Doof and Perry the Platypus with each other. They do fight each other, they do care a lot. That shows you the perspective of the dynamics between both of them, which highlights it season 1. And that was from the soundtrack It's About Time from season 1.
To rescue me.
It's good to use that snippet from Meat Plus in Seattle, one of my favourite episodes in season 3.
Doofenshmirtz. Thank you, Perry the Platypus. Thank you.
I don't hear a voice filter. I presume Dan Prover's voice sounds, he's doing a rough voice as we can hear it. When you picture a bit how it sounds like Dan Prover's normal voice, because when you're talking in the lower voice, you have to speak like, oh yeah, I need to go now. That's how you speak, but when you put the pitch higher, you sound like normal, which is strange. Which Kuro, the artist, did in his breakdown.
Because when you're talking in a lower voice, you are technically pitching your voice down, just, manually and not digitally.
As you get to see Doofenshmirtz's evil form, as you get to see he turns back into more. I really love the unmorph animation and he reverts back to his normal self. Great job, animation. You've done a fantastic job in certain parts, except the clips, but this is well done.
Curse you, Perry the Platypus!
My boyfriend's a lawyer.
Looks like Doofenshmirtz is going to be taken to court since Norm Unleashed again.
Backstory all over the place.
And you've bored me into submission.
Look at this. If they spent a full day playing ping pong, Phineas and Ferb would have to hit the roughly 8.09 balls a second to reach 1,562,978. Holy shit. Phineas and Ferb can do anything. What they're doing is something extraordinary. We've seen it through season 1. But it's Phineas and Ferb. This is not a surprise.
162,972?
It would have been traveling 99.13 meters. That which is the speed. Man, Phineas and Ferb are everything.
He's stored up enough kinetic energy.
Quantum vortex should appear any second now.
Phineas and Ferb can vent things at sport, like Football X7, Hockey Z now, and now this. They know how to do anything.
Mom?
And that is the end of the production order of season 3, just like that. Well, let's get on with the ratings. Here we go, the ratings of the last of season 3 of Phineas and Ferb. Let's do it. Even though it's a simple plot, I'm gonna give it a 4. This is focused on Doofenshmirtz's perspective about his backstory, how he's been suffering like this from his parents, from his brother Roger, to having a lot of things been scarred from him as what he become right now. I really like how we have the lore of how he came to America and all the other stuff that before he became like an evil scientist, which is absolutely well written for the story of his perspective and what makes the episode so great for the plot. as Perry the Platypus is always there to try and stop Doofenshmirtz, as he was right as he's trying to do a backstory in it, or to build up all the pain and loss so that he could become an evil monster towards the end, as he does. But Perry the Platypus, like Vanessa, and had good memories and found a way of the loophole to disrupt it, which causes the backstory in it to be destroyed. Overall, the plot was very cohesion and it was very well written, as well as the characterization. I really like how Doofenshmirtz telling about his backstory for what he's been through in his life, and that's where you can sympathize with him, which is fantastic for the character itself. The Phineas and Ferb is actually the setting, as which Dan Provermar said, and this corrects one of them, as Doofenshmirtz has been through all his life, which is the reason why he become evil, which set his path to the seeds of him. And Perry the Platypus was there trying to stop him, but he understands him right now until the end. Really like how Vanessa appears, as Doofenshmirtz has good memories for him, and Vanessa does really care about his dad, and Doofenshmirtz cares about his daughter as well, which makes it amazing. And we get to see Charlene, Roger, Mr. and Mrs. Doofenshmirtz, even though their parents are garbage of what we see here, and there are slots and a lot of characters there too, which actually plays the role of Doofenshmirtz's life, which is amazing. Visuals, it's a 3. There are a lot of good animation there with the backstory, and they are Doofenshmirtz morphing into ultimate evil. A lot of stuff happening there, but most of the do is reused clip, which is the reason I'll tone it down a bit. Just like Blackout, just saving the animation budget for season 4, but honestly, I don't really blame it. When you can make an episode as good as this and you find ways to get out of it in the writing situation, this is what it come out, and they did it very well. Importance, it's a 5, no doubt about that. Doofenshmirtz is one of the most popular characters in Phineas and Ferb. Yes, Phineas and Ferb gets the spotlight, even though they do appear cameo in this episode, but it's not really focused around them, it's actually the setting. And Doofenshmirtz, what he's been through in his life, if you can sympathize with him and feel sympathy with him, if you want to care about more about Doofenshmirtz, then watch this episode. And I know it's actually the last episode of the production order of season 3. Not as good as Roller Coaster the musical, but it's better than season 1's finale, which is, in my opinion, is better. Which you could look at that way. Entertainment is a 5 because why not? The last episode of season 3 of the production order of the ratings will be a 22 out of 25. This is actually a good way to end it. Not better than Roller Coaster the musical, because it had that musical theme with the 21-minute episode. This is also a 21-minute episode too, but it's better than season 1, and it's better than Blackout, which to me, it's a decent episode, but I don't think this should be the series finale of season 3, but this is better, in my opinion, to end it like that. Great stuff, great backstory, a lot of comedy jokes that keeps you landing, and a lot of things going on. Overall, great way to end season 3 of Phineas and Ferb. You know what time it is? It's time to do the charts. Just like in the end of season 1, just like in the end of season 2, and I will be doing the same for season 3. After I do the season 3 charts, I will be comparing to season 1 and season 2. Like every chart of the plot, characterization, visuals, entertainment, importance, and total score, to see if it progressed or even digressed, or it either had some improvements. So let's go on with the charts. As the plot is very similar to season 1 and season 2, with the formula with Phineas and Ferb building inventions and Doofenshmirtz and Perry fighting each other with the innators and schemes and all of that. There are a lot of things that they've done a lot of things in Phineas and Ferb, like interrupted with Phineas and Ferb doing nothing and they do something to solve it, which is great. And there are 5 plots of the score, like Excalibur and Meatless in Seattle, which is 2 of my favorite episodes of season 3, and it's written so well. Again, 4 of them being in Where's Perry and This Is Your Backstory, which we already broke down. Many of them are simple plots of the 11-minute episodes, and both of them got one, and that was towards the end of the Mama Tractor and also Where's Perry Part 2, which has so many random plots and some of that not interesting. 2 and 3 can get the best out of it, which can lead to decent plots and decent action. And obviously it's just an 11-minute episode. None of it had to be perfect, but it's still good for the standard of Phineas and Ferb. Let's compare the plot for the Season 1, Season 2 and Season 3. The plot had a 2.55 score, while Season 2 had the plot 2.8 score, while Season 3 had 2.42 score. As shockingly enough, Season 1 plot is actually better than Season 3. But don't let it distract you. There are plots that are way better in Season 3 than Season 1. While 2 have 5 score, while Season 2 had 5 of them, with the score of it, with the plot having the strongest, which plays the part of Season 2. Every plot is the same with the same formula, but some things has to be changed, and that was in the last couple of episodes of Season 3, but there are a lot of things to go through. Overall, Phineas and Ferb plot has always been a consistent 2 point, but that shows you how decent they do well. It's only for 11 minutes, but when they do a 21-minute episode, they know how to get it done, and they know how to do it brilliantly. Even if Season 3 done well, Season 2 still outranks Season 1 and Season 3 as the best plot, with Meep appearing for the first time, time traveling, Summer Belongs to You, the roller coaster musical, the 100th episode of Phineas and Ferb. A lot of that comes into fruition, but overall, I'm not being biased because I said Season 2 is my favorite. It shows you, the rating shows that Season 2 have the best score with the ratings of the plot. Characterization of Season 3 always been as strong as ever where it left off from Season 2. I always enjoyed Doofenshmirtz and Perry with the character dynamics with them and Phineas and Ferb and the gang, and other characters as well, including Candace and Jeremy, and the other characters as well with the one also something. I don't see them, never seen one episode where they fall flat, apart from the Mama Tractor and Where's Perry Part 2. Overall, the characterization always been on point in this episode. It's just that there was a lack of feel to it, which plays up to the strengths of the character. Overall, the characterization's always been on point in Phineas and Ferb. Compared to the characterization from Season 1 to Season 2, the characterization's always been on point in Season 1, but there are some few things that fall flat. And even though Phineas has personality change, as he used to be arrogant and self-sufficient, but he becomes more positive happiness as the season progressed, which shows you the characters, along with the gang and other characters with the dynamic. Nothing of the dynamic between other characters like Doof and Perry has changed, as well as the gang, Jeremy's, Candace, Linda, Lawrence, and other people as well, Vanessa too. Season 2 does very well with the characterization to up the ante, as they does a lot of specials, a lot of gimmicks with the jokes and comedy to add through it to make the characters interesting. Season 2 has always been the best season for me, but Season 3's characterization has been way more consistent than ever, and that shows you how the strong method of Phineas and Ferb plays, and they do a very good job so far. Well done to the writers for writing dynamics, the jokes and the comedy and all of that to fuse together. Great job. With the visuals in Season 3, it has improved a lot with the shadows, the background, the buildings. As it used to be stylish in Season 1, has much more improved, and many of the pacing, the comedies, the jokes, a lot of things of the plot connected together to make it look forward. I know there are 7 times I gave it a 3, it's just because of pacing reasons or the episode not being interesting to me, as well as the other situation. The 2 was the blackout just to save on animation budget for Season 4, and also in the end this is your backstory, which is understandable. Overall, don't let it distract you. It just looks so much good. The new locations, the shadow, the color palettes, the shading, background buildings, all of that. I don't want to repeat this 100 times, but it looks amazing, and that's gonna get you lost of it with the world of Phineas and Ferb. The visuals has a lot in common with the season getting strength to strength, as Season 1 has more like the facial expression, the stylish change, and a lot of things going on in Season 1, which actually gives you a lot of the identity of Phineas and Ferb, while Season 2 focuses on the shadowing, the new locations, a lot of pacing, movement, and a lot of that just plays to the strength of Phineas and Ferb. And season 3, it just, wow. As I said it 100 times, season 2 is my favorite Phineas and Ferb season of all time. But season 3 visuals actually did better than season 2. Don't let it distract you with the pacing, which is the reason why I gave it low scores in many episodes. But it does it very well with the backgrounds, the characterization, the comedy's getting better, the jokes are getting better, a lot of places there, a lot of new things, and a lot of crazy ideas of suspend your disbelief, and it's done very well. Bravo to the animators there. Once I do the Phineas and Ferb across the second dimension breakdown, this is where it goes wild. Importance is just roughly the same as season 1 and season 2, around the 2 section areas of Phineas and Ferb. Overall, this is not the main part of Phineas and Ferb, like I said through the previous charts from season 1 and season 2. But there are many episodes that you can get out of it, like Buford's Molds, which actually plays a huge part in season 5. Meatless in Seattle, which plays in Meet Me in St. Louis in season 5. I also give another 5 for This Is Your Backstory because Doofenshmirtz is one of the most popular characters and you can sympathize with him as we explained it to it earlier. There are a lot of episodes to get out of it with the importance with the fandom being one of their favourites, one of their most popular episodes, and some of them contain something that leads into the future. Who knew? Just like I said earlier, importance stays the same throughout season 1 and season 2 and season 3. And surprisingly, season 1 has more important episodes than season 2 because of the promos, the roller coaster, the hype towards it, and a lot of things to go through it. But season 2 had more 5s than any of season 1 and season 3 because it builds up to many 21-minute episodes with the fan to remember it, like Summer Belongs to You, Roller Coaster the Musical, and the Chronicles of Meat, which leads up to Meatless in Seattle and Meet Me in St. Louis, which is the only part of the art. There are many arts like Finnabella and all that in season 4, but we'll get there. Overall, season 1 is surprisingly better than season 2 and season 3 with more important. But overall, it's much around the same, so I'm not going to get into that. Overall, it's the same. Well, for the entertainment side of season 3, nothing has changed, and nor season 2 because it's just a typo and whatever. There are some episodes like The Mama Tractor and Where's Perry Part 2, which is a bummer, but overall, it doesn't distract you the fact that new locations, the joke and comedy keeps it forward. And well, the gang's dynamics, as well Doof and Perry, the innators, and all of that stuff links up together, which is great. As I compare to season 1 and season 2, it's roughly the same around the 4.9 score, as season 2 had more entertaining episodes than this. That shows you it's been the show's identity since the first episode, even though the episode can be mid or not entertaining as it is from the other episode. It still shows you how Phineas and Ferb can entertain fans, which led to merchandises, video games, and other stuff like the new season and the second dimension in the future. While the total score averaged around 20, as many episodes prove it, the only thing that ranked about 15 was Doofenshmirtz being in the desert with Perry the Platypus. To be honest, that episode is kind of harsh, but overall, there are many episodes, even though they're not the best or they're not the worst, you can still enjoy it while watching it with your friends and family, and it still is the same. Who knew? Well, the total score compared to season 1 and season 2 has been roughly the same, as season 3 did better with season 1, while it introduced in concepts of Phineas and Ferb with innators, a lot of inventions, and a lot of good stuff that actually pulls into the future. But this is not a surprise. Season 2 have like the best score that is better than season 1 and season 3 because of it explains more of the elements, the world building, a lot of things, a lot of specials, and a lot of music to go through it, which makes the episode so entertaining. Overall, the show just doesn't lose its identity, as Phineas and Ferb will always shows that no matter what the formula and element will go through it, it will always remain as the most one of the best shows with entertainment and all of the plot combining together. I didn't do the counter one for season 2, but I'm going to do season 3 along with it as well. So, in I Know What We're going to do today, it was said in 52 times in season 3, less than which is less than season 2. Innators had 82 in season 3, while the Innators in season 2 had 71 because of whereas Perry had 13 Innators, which is the reason why it gone up. Further lines, as he does speak less, but he still speaks majority, but he does speak way more of season 2 than season 3 because of the specials. Too Young was actually said more in season 2 than season 3 with 47 and 44. What You Do was said more times in 69 in season 2 than season 3 as it said in 40. Whereas Perry said more in season 2 with 83 while season 3 it says 67. Curse You Perry the Platypus had 38 in season 3, less than Curse You Perry the Platypus in season 2 with 42. But Oh There You Are Perry has been more in season 2 than season 3 with 43 and 27 because Perry the Platypus in majority of episodes don't go back to the backyard except for a couple of episodes which changed a bit. First Speaking actually took the lead with 159 and still is with 233 while the Innator had 206. Well, I Know What We're Gonna Do had 265. What You Do had 144. West Perry had 199 as is almost 200. 112 for Curse You Perry the Power, which is the lowest right now, along with Oh There You Are Perry, and also Too Young for 113. And that is for the counters for season 1 to season 3. I started season 3 in August the 3rd, and now we're in October as we're heading closer to Halloween. Took me 2 months to complete season 3 as we're officially wrapping this up. In Bad Hair Day, Stacy asks where Perry is.
Hey, where's Perry? What? I'm like the only person who's never said it.
And this foreshadowed on everything where next season where Stacy actually sees Perry the Platypus as a secret agent. And there's also an animated version of Bully Bromance, as you can see the sketches of Baljeet and Buford singing with each other. And I also thought I couldn't find an animated version of Summer Belongs to You, well I did thanks to Charter School, which you can find on YouTube, and that makes me so happy. And see it for yourself. I also done a poll on which Phineas and Ferb crossover would be the one you wish that happened. Not airing after the show ended during when the show happened. And 91% voted for Kim Possible, while 86% voted for Gravity Falls. 5% voted for Randy Cunningham, the 9th grade ninja. Pinsel at 9%. Wonder Over Yonder over 4% along with Kit Matowski. I'm surprised that Gravity Falls is 86%. I thought it was going to get a lot of votes, but somehow it didn't. Kim Possible beat into it. And obviously, that would be a very good crossover if they did like Phineas and Ferb tease up with Kim Possible and Ron Stoppable to fight Draken. That would be awesome. And I would love to watch that. Gravity Falls would work too. I imagine a crossover with Mabel and Dipper with Phineas and Ferb. That would be sick. Gronk will stand too. The season 3 is completed, but there is one more, and that is Phineas and Ferb movie Across the Second Dimension. And after that, we will resume the season 5 breakdowns, catching up to where I left off after Meet Me in St. Louis. And that's what I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do a poll, and it's a simple poll. What are your thoughts on season 3 of Phineas and Ferb by the time you watch? Did you enjoy it? Did you love it? Was it amazing? Was it okay? Was it terrible? Let me know in the community tab when it goes live. And until then, hope you have a fantastic day. As always, see ya.